All right, in just a few hours, President Trump heads to Texas to go to Corpus Christi and then to Austin, which, by the way, is bracing for more rain in the Houston area as flooding fears expand to Louisiana on the 12th anniversary, ironically, of Katrina. A response the president is determined not to repeat. Of course, the presidential response. Brad Blakeman served as Deputy Assistant to President George W. Bush and joins us right now. One advantage that President Trump has that President Bush didn't, he's got a competent mayor, and he's got a really good governor, and the communication's been strong. Right, Brad?
There's no doubt about it. In Katrina, President Bush was hampered in a federal response by having an incompetent governor of Louisiana and a corrupt mayor who thought they could handle it themselves. And when they finally called in the federal cavalry, it was later than President Bush would have liked to respond. Here we have a very competent governor in Texas who understood that he was way beyond what Texas could handle themselves. So he immediately files for a disaster declaration. The Trump administration turned that around in record time, and the federal government was able to help sooner rather than later. So I think the federal response, the local and state officials are much more attuned to help their constituents now than in Katrina.
And, Brad, the one thing, too, is you see the presence of the president. He made a speech earlier. He was at Camp David. The symbolism matters, as well as the execution. And he's going to these two places that are not in the heart of the storm. Is that still okay?
Oh, it is, absolutely. The fact that he's going to Austin, the capital, he'll be briefed there by state and local officials, and then he'll be using a helicopter to go to affected areas, which lessens the motorcade that you'd have to have on the ground. This is exactly the type of footprint the president needs to do to show that America is here for the Texas people.
And we're not out of the woods right now. And I look at somebody like Lieutenant General Henry, who says, guys, I've done this before. You need at least 50 more helicopters. We're going to need more Army and more National Guard there. This is a crucial time. We've pulled the Border Patrol off. We have every Texas Guard member. But do you think the president, is he in such a bubble that he won't hear that? Will he understand that he can respond directly to that? Or does he have to go president, governor, mayor in order to execute that?
No, he's going to hear from the people on the ground who actually are going to tell him the assets that are needed. And President Trump already has given the assurances to state and local officials they can have whatever they need, and it's going to be delivered on time when they need it. And the general is quite correct. There are more assets that are being needed, and they're going to be delivered.
Wow, interesting. It's going to be a big day. The president takes off at about 8:30 this morning, and he'll be in Texas and could be back on Saturday. Brad, appreciate your insight. Thanks so much.
Pleasure.
Assistant to the President for 41 and 43.